Congress, Matilda. When the announcement was made, I got a lot of text, a lot of pushback. And one of them particularly said, "No, but I'm surprised. This one, you got it wrong. How can you send a corporate communications person, a journalist, as second governor?" And all I did was I forwarded Matilda's CV to him. And he texted back and said, "Oh, I'm sorry." All the time you were in Access Bank, they thought you were doing corporate communications. They didn't realize you had moved into full banking. So congrats again. Honorable Ministers of State, the Governor and Deputy Governors of the Bank of Ghana, members of the board of the bank, distinguished members of the financial sector community, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to join you this afternoon for this significant occasion, the swearing in of the second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. This event is more than just a procedural formality. It reflects our collective resolve to restore professionalism, integrity, and competence to one of our nation's most important institutions. The Bank of Ghana is not just a regulator, it is a symbol of our economic sovereignty and the guardian of public confidence in our financial system. From the very outset of my administration, I called for a national reset, a fundamental repositioning of our institutions to reflect the values of merit, transparency, and service. At the heart of this agenda is the need to renew trust in our institutions that manage our economy, beginning, of course, with our central bank. When we assumed office, the economy we inherited was deeply distressed. Investor confidence had hit rock bottom. Inflation was soaring, the cedi had sharply depreciated, and our debt situation was precarious. The domestic debt exchange program further strained the financial system, shaking the foundations of liquidity, confidence, and stability. We recognized that this was not a time for rhetoric. It was a time for serious, disciplined, and coordinated institutional action. I'm pleased to note that under the leadership of Governor Dr. Johnson, Pandit Esiama, and the bank's senior management, the recovery process has begun in earnest. Inflation, while still high, is moderating. The Ghana cedi has appreciated by 3.16% on the interbank market and by nearly 5% on the Forex Bureau market, a remarkable reversal of last year's volatility. These gains are not accidental. They are the results of careful monetary tightening, improved foreign exchange liquidity, and a better synchronization of fiscal and monetary policy frameworks. Furthermore, the staff-level agreement reached with the IMF during the fourth review of our extended credit facility program reflects growing international confidence in our reforms and in the credibility of our economic governance. It is against this backdrop that we welcome Mrs. Matilda Asiedu as second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Mrs. Asiedu brings with her a distinguished career across banking, from corporate communications to financial inclusion. Her role as Group Head of Retail Banking at Access Bank Ghana places her at the front lines of everyday financial banking challenges and opportunities for Ghanaian households and small businesses. She also has a proven track record in stakeholder management and institutional reform. These are valuable assets to the bank as it seeks to rebuild trust, engage the public more effectively, and foster a more inclusive financial system. Mrs. Asante, your appointment comes at a defining moment. You're joining a team tasked with not just stabilizing the economy, but transforming our financial sector to serve the Ghanaian people better. Your success will depend not only on your technical acumen, but also on your ability to communicate clearly, lead decisively, and act with integrity. But you're not alone in this task. You will work alongside capable colleagues and with the full support of this administration, which is committed to strengthening the independence and institutional viability of the central bank. Ladies and gentlemen, monetary policy alone cannot secure Ghana's economic recovery. It must be complemented by disciplined fiscal policy. And that is why we're restoring public financial management under the stewardship of Finance Minister Dr. Kaisel Atoforsen. We're improving domestic revenue mobilization, we're streamlining public expenditure, and restoring fiscal prudence, not to tick boxes of the IMF, but because sustainable development depends on it. We're also deepening coordination between the Bank of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance. This improved synergy is reflected in our joint work on the forex auctions, reserve accumulation, and liquidity management. And the results are already evident for all to see, but we must stay the course. To the wider financial sector, the banks, fintechs, pension funds, capital markets, I urge you to see the ongoing recovery as a call to action. This is a time to enhance credit access to the private sector, particularly small and medium enterprises. This is a time to roll out innovative, inclusive products that reflect the needs of our diverse population. And this is the time to commit to transparency, ethical lending, and consumer protection. As we pursue our 24-hour economy policy and expand job creation, a strong and responsible financial sector is indispensable to our success. The Bank of Ghana must continue to lead this charge, and the second Deputy Governor will play a key role in ensuring that inclusive financing becomes more than just a slogan. Let us never lose sight of what this is all about. When inflation goes down, market traders can plan their stocks and their budgets, and consumers benefit. When the cedi stabilizes, it creates a better, predictable atmosphere for businesses and household income management. And further, when banks offer fair interest rates, small manufacturers can hire one or more workers or buy new machines to increase their productivity. These are the lives behind the numbers. The numbers are just not only statistics. And this is why central banking must always remain connected to the real economy and to the real people. As I conclude, I wish to offer a word of encouragement to the leadership and staff of the Bank of Ghana. Remain focused, remain principled, and above all, remain committed to the institution's constitutional mandate, price stability, financial sector integrity, and the economic well-being of the Ghanaian people. To the newly sworn-in Deputy Governor, Mrs. Matilda Asante Asiedu, I offer you my warmest congratulations. May your tenure be marked by courage, humility, and excellence. May you serve with distinction, and may you always remember that your appointment is not just a position, but it is a public trust. Together, let's build a central bank that is credible, modern, respected both at home and abroad. May God bless you. May God bless the Bank of Ghana. Thank you very much.